How's it going, everyone? I'm Aidan. I've been disc golfing for about 1.5 years now, and I sort of started this channel to start documenting some of the rounds I've been playing, some of the goals I've been trying to reach, whether it's getting aces, getting my first ace, breaking certain scores on my local courses or anything like that. So I thought a nice first video would be to go over what's in my bag for 2025. Like I said, I've been disc golfing since January of 2024. I also play college ultimate frisbee. That's basically how I got into disc golf. I started playing ultimate, had a bunch of friends who played disc golf, so I got into it. So yeah, I thought for this channel, the nice first long form video would be to go over what's in my bag. To start, I have a standard Innova bag. It's the first bag I ever got. I haven't had a need to upgrade it yet. I might be looking to upgrade in the future, but for now it's just pretty standard Innova bag. First, I'll go into the putting putters. I have a mini, just has a Prodigy logo on it. But for my putting putters, I putt with Judges. My main putting putter is this yellow and blue classic blend Judge. It's sort of that like stiffer, firmer base plastic that I like for basically like anything inside of 40 feet. So I'll pretty much use this basically inside circle one or anything close to it. Yeah, it's really nice. It's just a nice firm classic blend. Doesn't have too much give on it, but yeah, it's really reliable for me. I like putting with beaded putters, so the Judge has been perfect for me. And my other putting putter is another Judge, but this is the classic, the EMAC blend, the classic. So it's a little bit more of that gummy, flexier plastic. I use this for basically anything outside of circle one, anything outside of maybe 40 feet. I'll be using it up for jump putts, step putts, anything like that. But I've had this disc for about a year now, but I love it. I love the EMAC blend, that nice gummy plastic. I like that for some longer range putts. But yeah, I putt with Judges. Next I'll go over my throwing putters and my approach discs. So my first throwing putter actually used to be a putter that I putt with. It's a D-Line Flex 2 P2 from Discmania. I used to putt with it, but I ended up not liking the fact that it didn't have a bead a lot, so it turned into one of my throwing putters. It has a nice straight flight with some rideable fade at the end, so that's what I'll use it for. Mainly backhands if I just need a straight flight that I know will fade off to the left at the end. My next throwing putter is from Latitude 64. It's the Opto Pure, so it's in that Opto see-through plastic. This disc is basically a disc I can make it do anything I want it to. I can throw a nice forehand flex line that I know will hold that flex and won't flex out early. I can throw it on a nice Anheuser line on backhand. I can throw it dead straight and it'll stay dead straight with almost no fade at the end. So yeah, it's basically my do-it-all disc from pretty much anywhere. And then my main overstable approach disc is going to be this Ricky Wysocki Harp. I love the Harp. I've been throwing it ever basically since I started playing disc golf. It was my first overstable approach disc. I've never not thrown the Harp as my overstable approach disc. It's probably the most consistent disc in my bag. It's really nice on flex forehands. If I just need a nice like 100-foot up shot with a flex forehand, get around a tree, anything like that, I can do it. This is another do-it-all disc. I can literally throw whatever I need with this. It's a little bit beat in, so I'm probably going to get a new one soon, but this still holds a nice flex shot. It's still pretty overstable, but yeah, I don't know if I'll ever throw anything besides the Harp. I love the Harp as an overstable approach disc. But yeah, it's a great disc. Now, moving on to my mid-ranges, I order everything in my bag based off of first speed, and then once I have discs of the same speed, the stability. So my first mid is going to be the MVP Uplink. I have it in the Neutron Soft plastic. I got this over the winter, so somewhat recently. It's pretty much my flippy mid, so I can throw it on hyzer, and I know it'll flip up to flat and maybe flip over and ride Anheuser. Or if I throw it flat, I know it'll ride that Anheuser. So yeah, it's a really reliable flippy mid for me. My next mid is an MD3, the C-Line MD3 from Discmania. This is an absolutely dead straight mid. I started throwing it because of Foundation Disc Golf. They're my favorite disc golf YouTubers to watch, and Hunter from Foundation Disc Golf throws the MD3, flights dead straight for him. So I went up and picked one up myself. and it does the exact same thing. Flies dead straight. I can put on a little bit of flex angle, and it'll pretty much ride that flex angle and then maybe come out to flat at the end, but it flies dead straight whenever I need it to. Yeah, this is a really great mid-range for dead straight flight. I recommend anybody that needs a dead straight mid to get an MD3. My next mid-range is a Buzz. I'm not sure what plastic it is, but it has a Supreme Flight stamp on it. I think it might be Z. I'm not sure though. But this is a nice straight to reliable fade. I've been throwing the Buzz a lot. When I first started as well, I used to have an ESP Buzz and then I lost it, so I got a new one. But yeah, it has a nice cool Supreme Flight stamp. My final mid is a Champ Rock 3. This is my more overstable mid. I don't throw it too much, but in case I need something to be a little bit more overstable or I need to throw like a flex forehand with a mid, this will be my go-to. Not much to say. Rock 3 is a very reliable disc. Another one I've had. One of the first discs I ever got, actually. So it's been in the bag for a while. Moving on to my fairway drivers, this is anything from a 7 to 9 speed for me. These are all my discs. To start with my most understable 7 speed, I have a Lucid Orbit Maverick from Dynamic. This thing is pretty flippy. It was pretty flippy out of the box. It's a 7.4 negative 1.5 2, so I can pretty much throw it to flat and I know it'll flip over. I'm a very forehand dominant player, so this thing is great for holding a flex line. My next disc for my 7 speed, my fairways, is an FD. This is the S-Line FD from Discmania. This is probably my second favorite disc in my bag. I got this a couple months after I started disc golfing. It's slowly turned into my most reliable disc. Absolutely dead straight. This thing does not fade, but it does not flip over a lot. It's a little beat in, so maybe it's become a little bit more flippy, but this thing has been dead straight for me for so long. I love this disc so much. Next, this is one of the newest additions to my bag. It is a C-Line from Discmania FD1. So the more that my FD has beat in, I've sort of also wanted a more stable version of that, and that's what FD1 is. A little bit less glide, but it still has that nice reliable straight flight, but it has that reliable fade at the end, and that's what I sort of needed. That was sort of a slot that was missing in my bag. So it flies very similar to my FD, except it just has a reliable fade at the end. Next disc is a disc actually given to me by a friend. This is a factory misprint Terra from MVP. This is an 8 speed, I believe, maybe 8.5. I could be wrong about that, but this is another one where it is straight to maybe a little bit understable since it's a little bit beat in, but that gyro keeps it, nice and firm. But it's a very reliable flyer when I just need something that might hold a little bit of flex line that I need a little bit more speed on than my, say, FD or my Maverick. Next two are both Raptors. This is my 9-speed overstable. These discs are so good on forehands. I can throw so many nice flex lines with them. They're another disc where I can do it all. It's very similar to my Harp with that overstable style of disc. Especially as a forehand player, I love throwing overstable discs because flex lines are so nice. This first one is a blue ESP Raptor. This one's nice. It's very overstable, so I can put it on a very nice flex line and it will basically do it exactly what I want it to do. And then my other Raptor is a Captain's Raptor. So this one's more overstable than this Raptor. So if I really need one to flex out fast, I can use this, or I can put it on more Anheuser if I want it to stay on that flex line a little bit longer. But yeah, it's really nice having a regular Raptor and a little bit more of an overstable Raptor. Because some different shots that I need it for require different stabilities, so having both is very nice for my bag. And finally, moving on to the drivers. These are anything from, I think I have 10 up to 13 speed drivers in here. The first one is my mainly, if I need something really flippy or like a roller, I'm throwing this. It is a Z Avenger SS. This is basically Discraft's signature understable distance driver. So I'll use it for anything I want to hyzer flip, or if I want to throw it on any rollers, getting around corners, anything like that, I'll throw this Avenger SS. So yeah, the only thing I would say about it, sometimes a bit inconsistent, Next is probably my favorite disc in my bag. The stamp is pretty much worn off by now, but this is a Champion Beast. This is like the Barry Schultz one, so it's got a nice die on it. This is a factory die. I didn't dye it myself or anything, but this thing is beat in to perfection. It is perfectly seasoned. I can throw in a little bit of hyzer and it flips up to flat. Another big forehand disc for me. I can pretty much do exactly what I want with it in terms of lines. So I've been throwing, I actually lost it for a while in the winter, but I just recently got it back. So the fact that I have this back in the bag is really nice for me. And then next I have another Champ Beast, but this one is just newer. I got it after I lost the other one, but since I found it now, this is a nice less beat in beast. So it's a little bit more stable. So a lot of times I'll throw some regular straight shots with some good fade, or I'll throw flex lines with this. But yeah, it's same thing as my other beast, just a little bit more stable. Next is I have a Nuke SS from Discraft. This is another Z Nuke SS. This is a mainly backhand disc if I need something to hyzer flip, or I throw it on a little bit of hyzer and it flips up to flat. Or if I throw it on a decent amount of hyzer, it'll flip up to flat. If I throw it on a little bit of hyzer, it'll flip over, do a nice hyzer flip line. Next is a disc I actually won in a mini tournament. I got a free disc from winning my group, my class. This is actually a G-Blend X-Out Emperor from Infinite Discs. This is like your classic destroyer, mold. So it's that like 12.5 -1.3, except this one's a little bit lighter, so it's a little bit flippier. Next is this Star Destroyer. I mainly got this just because you know how hyped the Destroyer is, but nowadays it's mainly a backhand disc. Just very reliable, a nice like hyzer bomb. I can throw it flat, I can do pretty much anything with it. But yeah, it's just really nice always having a Destroyer in the bag. Finally, this is my main max distance forehand disc. This is a Innova Star Strike, or Champ Strike, not a Star Strike, a Champion Strike. It has the 2023 Bull Creek Open stamp on it. I got it on like an online auction. I like the stamp on it and the neon. I can pretty much find it in case I lose it. But this is mainly my forehand if I need like a big shot, like a really long flex shot or really long, it has a nice flip up to it. So if I need to throw something almost close to 400 feet on a forehand, I'll pull this out. But I can also throw like 350 foot, you know, almost chip shots with a forehand too. It's another one where it's very reliable for me. I pull it out a lot, especially recently, as I just recently got it. But it's my big forehand bomb disc mainly. Hope you enjoyed a little tour of my bag. Look on the lookout for more content soon. The start of some actual content out on the course. I'm currently rehabbing a sprained ankle injury, so it'll probably be a little bit before I can get back out on the course. But I hope this video gave you a nice tour of my bag, so when you see me throwing these discs in actual videos, you'll know why I'm throwing it and when I'm throwing it, and you know some of the discs in my bag. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.